Hello, folks. Sorry I was running late a little bit, but we were supposed to start 12 minutes ago. But this is Fandango Friday. I'm in Louisiana with Louisiana liqueur reviews, and James P. Madonna is in New Jersey with Progressive Discussions, and we're starting this Fandango Friday right now.
Yes, it is Fandango Friday, and I have the last airline bottle. I don't know what I'm going to find for the next Fandango Friday. Knock on wood, I hope I do.
Oh, man.
Because I don't have the options here in up yonder in my parts. And it's not my fault. It's the fault of the liquor store managers or owners. They're real knuckleheads. They're imbeciles. I don't know what they're. I don't know. It's no common sense. But anyway.
Well, here in Louisiana, as we know, we get a huge selection.
Yeah, it's true.
Now, one good benefit is that it finally got to where I could open the windows a little bit. It's still it's humid. I mean, you would hate it, and but the temperature's not unreasonable at this point.
Yeah, we have a dry. It's finally got dry and breezy here, and the sky, not a cloud in the sky. And last night was what's that? Tulane University. Tulane Green Wave. Tulane.
Yeah, the Paul Tulane University of Louisiana. Paul Tulane. Okay, what now? And so
last night was a low of 66, so I opened the windows, but it was 81 during the day, so I used the AC. But you could tell up here when autumn is around the corner because it gets dry.
Yeah, we're so far behind y'all, But anyway, I have the party bucket. And so no 99 brands, and I'm just using the bucket. Oh, and like I told y'all a couple of weeks ago, Taka same company, sent of their own party buckets in this past week, because these started out as $7.99 for 20 bottles, and now the price is $13.99. I said, oh. Now Taka sent their new party buckets in a week and a half ago. And now they're $7.99. So, people better buy them now, because once the introductory price passes.
That's right. It goes up. They jack it up. And you know what would have excellent acoustics with your shake, rattle, and roll is if you got a like a tin can that the cookies come in, the European cookies come in, you get the tin can.
Well, this is polyurethane. Okay. Now let's reach in there and see what we've got. Reaching in now, grabbing.
Yeah, jiggle them fingers, jiggle them fingers, jiggle them around, jiggle them around.
I've got to change my name. Let me do an edit real fast.
You can change your name because you grabbed something that's not a liqueur, right? Or I know you didn't move from the state, right? So it can't be. You grabbed a liquor.
So tonight, I am looking at, I've never had this in my life, and I really know nothing about it. I have pulled Slain Irish Whiskey, virgin, seasoned, and sherry,
Wow.
a blended triple cast Irish whiskey from Slain Distillery on the River Boyne, a product of Ireland. It is 80, 80 proof, produced by Slain Distillery, County Meath, Ireland, imported by Brown Forman Distillers, Louisville, Kentucky. So I'll show y'all. Here it is, Slain.
That is very, very interesting, sir. Triple cast. You know why? It is so exotic and mesmerizing for a hard liquor that I'm going to grab the Shillelagh Blackthorn in honor of what Ronald J. Terrio has there.
Okay, thank you. And they have a website, slainirishwhiskey.com, and it is aged in virgin oak barrels, seasoned oak barrels, which is a nice way of saying used, seasoned, and sherry wine barrels. Okay, well, this is going to be pretty exciting. So I'm going to try to look up the website. And you know what this cost me? You know what this cost? 79 cents. 79 cents. All right.
It's like offering somebody your used underwear, your briefs, because you have so many in a drawer, seasoned.
Right. I think I'd rather have a seasoned whiskey barrel. But all right. So there it is. What is that color? Orange, copper? No.
It's like it's more of a light orangey color. Like there's orange liqueur in there or something.
Yeah, well, let's not say orangey because I had to deal with that last night. Okay.
She tried to create a little insomnia for you,
and she succeeded. She, like you said, these female cats are very demanding.
Yeah.
And the big mistake, I guess, was showing her how to ring the bell.
Now she's like worse than Quasimodo, the Hunchback of Notre Dame with the bell. She's like constantly.
Yeah, and then had to get on the bed, and I put her on this towel. I said, "You got to lay on the towel because when you go to sleep in a deep sleep, we know what happens." So she laid on the towel. Then she wanted to migrate off the towel. I said, "Get on the towel, on the towel." Well, she was going to be in the same sleeping position, but it didn't matter. She had to come off that towel. So when I woke up this morning, what did I notice? Where she had gotten off the towel.
Where was she located? Off the towel.
In the middle of the bed, at the foot of the bed, and of course, with 2 puddles.
She pissed on the bed?
Anytime she falls asleep, it's coming out. So I had to,
because she's not trained to go in a litter box because she was a feral cat.
So now I got to strip off. I'm waking up. I got to strip off all the sheet and the bed cover, mattress cover, and go to the washing machine and wash it. I said, "Man, you just like unreal,
Maybe, just maybe, if you went to a El Cheapo store and got a El Cheapo litter box and just put it on the porch and see if she goes over there and takes a liking to it."
I put her hand in it. I'll let her paw it. I'll take her paw and I'll say, "Look, this is for you to go in." I pick her up and put her in it. I push her down in it. She smiles and jumps right out. It's like,
yeah, you figure cat, maybe the cats have this instinct to the wee pads for the young dogs when they cage train them, whatever.
When she goes in the yard, she loves her little grass area in the yard. She goes out in the yard. She always crouches down and does her thing. Then if she'll dig a little hole. She'll dig a hole. Then she'll go in the hole and then she'll cover it all up in the grass. But the bed is just confusing to her, All right. Well, anyway, there it is. I'm going to let James show his product.
And I think that bell might have been a mistake because if you're forced to put her outside, and the bell is there, you won't sleep either from that.
Should just ring it all night.
To ring it all night. Okay. Oh, okay. I have the last other flavor
Wow.
of the Ryan's Irish cream, and that is owned by Sazerac, or imported whiskey from Ireland. The milk chocolate cream liqueur, milk chocolate cream liqueur, and all right. Okay, as you can see, it looks like Ovaltine or something. You know, Ovaltine. Hey, Jerry, the mug is round. The jar is round. They should call it Roundtine. So, so
Yeah, that was Jerry. That was Jerry that came up with that.
oh, he came up with the joke for Banya.
Because Banya said, I can't think of anything. He said, I can't think of anything for the show. And so Jerry just off the top of his head said, he said, how about this? He said, how about like Ovaltine? You know, why do they call it Ovaltine? It's not oval, it's round. They ought to call it Roundtine. And then Banya stared at him for a second, and then he says,
That's gold, Jerry.
Yeah, he said, oh, that's gold, Jerry. Gold.
I gave you a brand new Armani suit. Okay. I'm going to pour it. And like I said before, it looks like any typical chocolate milk that the kids drink. Even Bosco, which was George Costanza's password for his ATM. Bosco. And then Mr. Jay Peterman's mother dropped dead when he said Bosco to her. Bosco. And she dropped dead. So anyway, well, it smells like a chocolatey Irish cream. So, but anyway, you taste yours.
Yeah.
Because you are the host. Go ahead.
All right. Let's see about this. So we know what it looks like. So now I'm gonna catch up with the comments, folks. Don't worry.
Yes, you're not being ignored.
No. So
What
now
did
we're gonna
say, I will not be ignored. Fatal Attraction, right?
I'll not be ignored.
I will not be ignored, and then I'll boil your bunny. Okay, here we go.
I'll not be ignored. Okay, here's their website. It's a dark glass bottle, Slain Irish Whiskey, triple cask. Okay, so Slain Irish Whiskey brings grain and malt whiskeys together through the distinctive flavors of 3 casks, with notes of vanilla, banana, butterscotch, dried stone fruits, and subtle baking spice. Oh, yeah, okay.
What? You said bacon?
Vanilla,
baking. I'm sorry. Baking spice.
vanilla, banana, butterscotch, dried stone fruits, and subtle baking spice. Each sip takes you on a sensory journey, uncovering the subtle layers of this whiskey's complex character. They've won awards. I'm not going to view all the awards, but nose, complex fruit drizzles of caramel, butterscotch, and vanilla, brown spice, and toasted oats. Taste, spicy at first, but quickly sweetened with a rich caramel, vanilla, and butterscotch atop a deep layer of dried fruit. I can never pick all this up. Finish, lingering hints of dry fruit and caramelized wood sugar. And then they have this.
Know what most of these things are caramelized wood sugar. That's what termites have for dessert, right? Wood sugar.
Yes. Okay, now let's see. Let's see if we can get any history on this thing here, this company. Wait, who we are. Okay, no, I don't want to read all that. They have triple cast, special edition, batch strength, and then they tell us about the process. I'm not really interested in the process. Okay. There's a castle that doesn't mean it. The castle doesn't necessarily mean it had anything to do with whiskey.
Yes.
Well, let me look at the bottle. Yeah, let's see. No, they're not touting a date. They're not putting a big hoopla about a date. So what's that telling you? You know, it's not saying 1789 or anything. So that must mean it's not old. But that's fine. Doesn't have to be old to be good.
Because if it was old, they would let you know throughout the description.
Yeah, constantly talk about, you know, in the days of King
Arthur,
King William of Orange and Queen Mary. You know. All right, so nose.
18-year.
Oh, and there's no age statement, which means it's at least 3 years old, because that's the law in Ireland. In Ireland, they're not allowed to sell a whiskey that's younger than 3 years. So we know it's at least 3 years. Okay. And it's the Irish Republic, not the British-controlled Northern Ireland. All right. Because if it was, it would say product of the UK.
That's right.
Well, it's not a lot on the nose. Maybe a faint wood. So cheers.
Cheers to you.
Okay. Now, I don't remember what the note said. I can never remember all of that. But I'm getting a lot of wood. Wood. Now, I can't sit here and say, oh, there's the sherry. Oh, there's the virgin oak. Oh, I'm picking up the seasoned. There it is. No, it's just like a combination of different woods.
There's the wood sugar. And,
yeah.
It's the time of the season. It's the time of
right.
the season for love. Unbelievable.
But it is a woody thing now, so it does. You can tell it was aged for years in wood, and it's very nice. I'll give it that. Now, the overall flavor.
That's what Woody Allen told his adopted daughter. It's a woody thing here. It's a woody.
We better let Mia Farrow deal with that. All right, let's see. Let me put this in the banners. I forgot the banner. So Slain is 80 proof. Oh, Slain triple cask. Okay. Slain triple cask. I have seen the big bottles. Cask. 80 proof. And then you have.
Yeah, what was it? 17 alcohol by volume? Let me.
Yeah, Ryan's.
Yeah, Ryan's Irish
chocolate.
Milk chocolate cream. Ryan's milk chocolate cream. I'm trying to get my.
Yeah, it's 34 proof.
Yeah, let me just zoom in and see if it works. I always use the screen on the video function to zoom in, but I have to wait for it to clear.
All right. Well, while you're doing that, it's 34 proof. But now this thing here. I'm getting a lot of rich grain, cereal grain, a little bit of what we would call nougat, like you get in the Three Musketeers bar.
Yeah.
Like a marshmallow chocolate souffle type thing. There's
okay, 17% alcohol. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So there's maybe a little caramel flavor. Well, this is a really nice product. You get the wood, different oak, treatments. You get the nougat. You get the sweet cereal grains. There's no smoke or peat or anything like that, but it's just which you don't typically get with Irish whiskey anyway. It's just a mild, mellow, medium bodied. The finish is hearing sirens out there. I don't know what's going on. Medium, low to medium finish. Like it finishes not too quick, but not too long either. Wow. If I see this for a good price, I have a feeling I would love to buy Slane.
I like the sophistication of this Irish whiskey. I like complex alcoholic beverages. Look at that.
I do too. I do too, and I'm very impressed. And I really like the fact that I only paid 79 cents. But it's a good sample. But you said I know what Total Wine's doing. They're putting all these little cheap samples out there, 69 cents, 79 cents, 89 cents. And why? To be nice? No, they're not doing it to be nice. They want to.
They want to suck you into their pool of quicksand.
Yeah, because then you'll go right. Because then you'll love Slane so much that you'll go buy the $35 bottle. You know, they can afford to.
Well, that's the smart thing to do is to order lots of airline bottles as samples.
Put it all out there. Let people try it. Maybe you lose a little money up front, but you're going to get it all back when they go buy the full-size bottles.
Yeah, because people are going to start asking everybody in the liquor store when they're staring at a big bottle of Slane, let's say, the biggest bottle they make, and they're going to be asking everyone, has anybody had this whiskey before? I don't want to spend this amount of money and open the bottle just to be disappointed. I would love to see how it tastes. Oh, we have a little airline bottle for you. I mean, penny wise, you can't be penny wise and pound foolish.
No, and they're not, and they're smart. And so, Walmart had the same thing, this little airline bottles, but they got rid of that because Walmart's clientele is a little bit different, so they didn't really believe in paying the little 95 cents. They rather just steal it, Yeah. So probably most of the bottles were walking. And so
what is that brand they have? Great Value?
Yeah. I've never seen Great Value whiskey. Okay, I don't think it exists. All right. So anyway, but I do buy Great Value coffee, and it's pretty good. But I think it's made by Folgers, But I know you don't like that idea. But anyway,
they don't have a dark enough roast for me. I like the more espresso type coffees. But I started getting organic coffee, and by the way, what do you call Paul Newman brand has a very good organic coffee.
Oh, Newman's Own.
Newman's Own, yeah, and they have a huge selection of salad dressings. I mean, it's like it's a lot. I always like the company, but anyway, because I found out they spray a lot of pesticides on coffee bushes. Yeah, a lot. Maybe the infamous Roundup from Monsanto. Who knows? Okay. Now the word flavor, is that for rich, sophisticated people when they taste something? Flavor, like people like us, we just.
No, it's just that in those. No, it's in the in these countries that are now or used to be British colonies. They use that OUR for.
That's like part of the old time English words.
Yeah, flavor.
All right. Like I said before, it smells like a chocolate milk, but also with the aroma of whiskey. Huh. quite pleasant. Okay, just like the other flavors, it's well balanced. Nothing overpowers anything except for chocolate lovers, cocoa, like myself. The chocolate flavor really stands out, but I'm not complaining about that. But this would have to be my favorite Ryan's Irish cream variety. Okay, Troy Crow. Yeah.
The thing that I don't understand, the thing that really bothers me is that I don't understand why Sazerac doesn't just show all the flavors. Like, what is the deal?
Why does Sazerac have such a limited description and the presentation of all of the Ryans that they make? You're right. Yeah, Tab is right. Tab, thank you. You subscribed to me right on YouTube today. Thanks. Was it today or yesterday? But anyway, yeah, it is. They are drenched with pesticides because foreign countries that know that most of their crops are coming to the U.S., they really don't care. Poison the Americans. You know, like China is notorious for shipping garbage to the U.S.
When I see a can of tuna or sardines and it says product of China, I'll put it right back on the shelf.
I heard horror stories. You know, try eating a vegetable that was grown on a farm, fertilized by human sewage, raw human sewage.
No,
No. Anyway, it's very enjoyable. It's very chocolatey. You can taste the whiskey. China, China got caught. Hello there, Masumi. Good morning to you, Masumi. It is now 8:09 a.m. Saturday in Tokyo. What was I going to say? They found plastic rice mixed in with real rice coming from China. Plastic. I don't know if they're doing that for extra fiber or something, but that's not the kind of rice that I would want to eat.
You see, I don't have the same feeling when I buy Japanese produced food.
No, well, Japan is an ultra first world country, ultra, and they're sticklers for cleanliness and the doing things the most advanced way. I mean, they're making android robots that look like a real female that you can have an intelligent conversation with. You can actually banter with them back and forth, and they made more sense than most of the people on all these liquor review shows. That sometimes are like, at the beginning they're normal, but then after a while they're they do. Japan and Korea. See, the problem is no pesticide is good. I don't care if it's Monsanto or whatever. It's really, I understand they don't want to lose their crops to pestilence. They have, speaking of Japan, Amazon sells an organic matcha powdered tea. Matcha. High quality organic matcha imported in a bag. where you just take it comes with a little spoon and you put it in the water and you get like that's like the highest quality tea in the world is organic matcha, which is what they use for the tea ceremony. You know, the girls, the geisha has the whisk that go, you know, like a whisk that they stir with that. But anyway, this is of all the Ryans, and yes, Ronald was right. Why doesn't Sazerac have a complete web page involving the Ryans Irish creams? They don't. But out of all the flavors, I would say this is my favorite one. Now, to put in coffee, excuse me, I wouldn't put. Well, you know what? I guess it wouldn't be bad in coffee, right?
No.
Isn't that what mocha is? Cocoa and coffee? Yeah, I was gonna say you use the original Irish cream in coffee, but you know what? I think all of them would be great in a good cup of dark roast coffee. But yeah, my sister uses the Newman's brand in her machine. What the hell? What do you call that? Cups?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like little plastic
Cake
containers.
cup.
Yeah, you put it in the hole in the the hole, and then you go like this, press the button, and the coffee drips out. So that's it. It's a great
All right,
product.
I'm gonna go back
Keurig, that's it.
to Keurig. Yeah.
That's the Keurig machine.
All right. So the Slane, I did a little research while you were talking, but I was listening. I wasn't ignoring you. Turns out the trademark was first used in 2017. So we're only talking about a 5-year-old product. So it's a new kid on the block. But that's fine because it's like getting a job where they say you need experience. Well, how can I get experience if I never worked there yet? You know? So
yeah, nobody will hire you because you have no experience. So how could you get experience without the job? Right.
Right. You can't be an old whiskey unless you're a new whiskey first. So as a new whiskey, it's really dynamite. I mean, this thing is on point. So cheers to Slane Castle, who's imported by Brown Foreman of Tennessee, owners of Old Forester and Jim Beam. I'm gonna score this 95 out of 100. I really like it, and it's going to be on my to-buy list. I like the fact that they use the 3 different woods, just like Grant's blended Scotch whiskey uses 3 different woods for their product.
In other words, they transfer into 3.
Yeah, well, they probably take the whiskey and they divide it into thirds. They put 1/3 into the bourbon barrels, put 1/3 into the never before used virgin oak, and put another third into the French oak, and then they blend them together and bottle them. That's just my thinking. That's probably what they do.
Interesting. Well, if since it's not an old aged Scotch whiskey, blended Scotch whiskey, and it's just a standard age one, they have to do something to make up for
Right.
lack of father time. Yeah.
Right, because only 3 years, you're not getting a whole lot on aging. All right, now, so this is a winner, 95. And as far as tomorrow morning at dawn, I'm planning to do Canadian whiskey. I've got a whiskey from 1934.
Ooh.
Not this bottle, of course, but the brand. Royal Canadian, imported Royal Canadian. And it says produced under the supervision of the government of the Dominion of Canada. And I was looking at Canada's website yesterday, their government website, and they were saying the Queen of Canada has died. Stay tuned to this website for further information. And they went on, and all of that. Okay. So that was a big
Yeah.
uproar.
You
Big
got it.
uproar.
King Charles III will take over. The Diana's the late Diana's ex-husband.
Right. Charles III.
Right, and he was cheating on Diana with a rather homely woman. But anyway, that's another talk show.
Another talk show. All right. Why go with the really good looking woman when you can go with the not so good looking woman? All right. Anyway, I'm going to let John Lennon come on here and explain that to us. Oh, wait, never mind. Anyway, so that's going to go against the new Canadian whiskey from 1961, but this is the new Fancy Pants bottle. This is Canadian Peak, introduced in 1961. But now it's owned by Sazerac, so they updated the bottle. And they did not lower the price. They upped the price. All right, but it's still not a bad price. And they use real wood caps. I'll show this to y'all real fast. Real wooden caps with real cork. Now, I like the fact that they're using real cork.
Real cork. Wow. Yeah. Well, the unfortunately, real cork does not come from County Cork, Ireland. It comes from
Portugal.
The rainforest of Portugal. They grow it.
A lot of it comes from Portugal. All right, so that's Canadian Peak from 1961 versus Royal Canadian from 1934, and they're both owned by, well, you know who they're owned by.
Mr. Goldring.
Right. So anyway, we're going to go. What the hell?
Uh-oh. I think it's got to be the almost finished bottle of Naked J. There's the J. It's not even a J. It's a crow or a raven. And here we go. He's running out of Naked J. He's got that. What do you call? FDA approved synthetic green coloring.
Well, it says yellow number 5. And we all know how safe it is to drink products with yellow number 5 in them.
Yeah, as long as you don't grow an extra eye in the middle of your forehead when you wake up.
So here we go. Naked J pickle flavored vodka, which smells like a garlic barrel pickle. And they sell those at a local store here they're called Cunell pickles. Cunell. And they come in this jar that's shaped like a barrel. And the pickles they got the little seeds floating in them, from all the spices and everything.
But you can very easily put any pickle of choice in a bottle of your favorite vodka and let it sit for a couple of weeks, and the alcohol will extract the essence of the pickle or the fruit. You can put fruit in a bottle of vodka, and you could flavor your vodka anything you want.
So you're saying for this channel I should buy a very inexpensive vodka and take some pickles and put them in the vodka and let them soak for about 2 months?
Yeah, people have different advice when it comes to how long it takes to make a tincture, because it's an extract. They do the same thing with medicinal herbal tinctures, extracts. They put it in the alcoholic beverage of your choice, and it becomes the alcohol will take out the essence of whatever you put in there. It could be a ginseng root, it could be a fruit.
Yeah, like my grandfather used to have these cherry trees in his backyard. He had 3 big cherry trees, but they only made little tiny black cherries about this big.
Oh.
So he would take all these. I don't know how he got the cherries off the limbs. He didn't climb up there and pick them. But he had these buckets full of thousands of black cherries, all right?
I know what he might have done. He might have put like a tarp on the ground and shook the branches, shook
Yeah,
the tree.
that's probably what he did. So then he would take a hose and wash them off and rinse them and drain them. So then he took all these thousands of black cherries, right? And he would take jugs of vodka and pour them in this pressure cooker. Pour all the black cherries in, two sugar scoops of sugar poured in there.
Right.
Then he would take the cap and put it on top. He'd mix it all up, of course. Then he'd take the cap and put it on top, and he'd tighten each thing down all the way around the top, as tight as he could. And then over like a year, it would build up pressure with all this vodka and these fermenting cherries, right? Black cherries. Well, then when he would let the pressure off a year later, he couldn't just open the top.
No.
He had to go around and maybe turn it a quarter turn, the opposite side a quarter turn, and he would do that all during the day. And you know why he would do that.
Well, he probably had the old time pressure cooker that did not lock. They didn't have the safety lock. You know, because the new ones have this gasket. I used to have 2 6-quart Presto stainless steel pressure cookers, but I got rid of them.
Oh yeah, I mean these things here that he had was probably from the 1950s, you know.
Yeah. Well, what happened was the gaskets that used to last several months, all of a sudden would wear out in not even a month. And it's a rubber gasket, and without the gasket, the lid cannot be sealed properly. But anyway, yeah, you could put anything you want in the
Right,
vodka.
but the reason I'm bringing up that story is like what you were talking about. So then he would let all the pressure bleed off, and he would take the cap off, and then he would take all of that liquid and pour it through like this mesh bag.
Like a cheesecloth of some kind.
Yeah, and let it drip through there, and then it was just liquid, and then they put it in the freezer and let it sit up in the freezer, and then on like Thanksgiving Day or Christmas Day, he would go around and give everybody this little sherry glass of what they call cherry bounce. Cherry bounce.
Cherry bounce. Now the word, of course, he didn't pressure cook the vodka. He
He just bought that at the local store. Yeah.
He processed the cherries. The little, they were so small it doesn't even pay to eat them like a hand fruit. It doesn't.
No. But boy, I'll tell you what, this cherry bounce, if you would drink it and you'd say, oh, it's so sweet, it's so yummy. But if you made a mistake and started drinking that stuff.
It's like these Italians that make a limoncello, homemade limoncello, which I really don't know the recipe. But I love lemon, so maybe I should look up the recipe and see how difficult it is. I would not use the sugar that they use in the commercial limoncello because I'm not really into sweets per se. But let me grade. I'm going to grade this like you did. I'm going to give this a 95% out of 100. It's good, but I have to leave higher percentage rates, percentage scores to the imported Irish creams.
Yeah.
This
is American made. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. So that's what happens. The alcohol just takes all the essence out, and it goes into the liquor. Now the vodka is good because it's neutral spirit. Like you get a bottle of Wheatley vodka, let's say. It doesn't have to be real cheapo, a vagabond hard liquor. It could be a decent vodka, but not expensive. And then you can put whatever you like. Let's say you happen to have a persimmon tree in the backyard. I'm not saying you do. Well, you can put sliced persimmons into the bottle of vodka.
Well, until the hurricane last year, 1 year ago, 1 year and a week ago, I had a Japanese plum tree in the backyard. So I could have peeled all those Japanese plums and let them soak in a vodka bottle for 5 months. But that tree got knocked down.
I wonder if the Japanese plums that you had were the same plums that they make fermented umbashi plums. They're salted.
Yeah, well, another word for those trees are called loquats.
Yes, I've heard about the loquat, which is not the kumquat. It's there's no high quat, people. I don't want you to think.
But that loquat tree, I mean, you could just peel those plums off the tree, and when they got really orange, about to turn bad, just about to turn overripe, and you eat them, it was just so full of sugar, fruit sugar.
And that is the type of loquat that will be perfect to put in vodka when it gets like that. You're talking about the peak of ripeness, flavor, sweetness, just before it turns bad, just before the flies and the yellow jackets or whatever go for it, and that will be really ideal.
Yeah, and these bluebirds, blue jays, the blue jays, they would get on the tree and start eating all the loquats, and then their beaks would get so sticky. I would see the blue jays trying to wipe the stickiness off their beaks. It was driving them crazy, because they don't have hands. They can't spread their.
Blue jays are like they have a similar personality to crows. They're very pushy and aggressive when they want to be. I've seen blue jays chase a hawk and crackles, blackbirds. They fight. They fight, especially if they have a nest of fledglings and or hatchlings. But anyway, it is what it is. I hope I find more variety. I'll keep my.
Yeah, it would be a shame. It would be a shame if we had to stop Fandango Friday because you couldn't find stuff.
Yeah, because it might be boring for you. You might as well if it's only you might as well just do you have dawn buses, but sometimes you do these shows in the late mornings after the sun comes up.
Right. That's right.
And if you're going to do a solo, but it'll always be on the back burner. I mean,
and then look what I'll just give y'all an example of what we get in Louisiana over the summer. We're still in the summer, but I mean the early summer. I went to a local store about 30 miles away, and I bought all of these liqueurs.
Wow, look at that!
And the highest price I paid was 99 cents a bottle, and the lowest price I paid was 69 cents.
Wow! And
I've got all of these on this tray.
And look how neatly they're arranged. Look at it. You're forming a perfect circle.
Yeah, I don't like disorder, so
you can't get more perfectly arranged than that. That is very attractive for airline bottles.
Yeah, so that's what's coming up for me in the next few months. And I even found this jalapeno pepper liqueur.
Wow.
Jalapeno pepper cream liqueur.
And this shows you the kind of variety you have in your area, because who would think that even exists?
I didn't.
I would never
heard of it. It says jalapeno flavored vodka made with natural flavors. It's not some artificial flavoring. And it says it's from Minnesota. So I don't think the peppers are from Minnesota.
No. You could put there's another idea. I mean, hot sauce it has become so popular with Americans, and it's just the list. It's almost as numerous as the amount of craft beer that's out there, and the amount of liquor that is out there. It really there's a tremendous variety of hot sauces that are out there on market shelves. And some of them have real funny names, just like the craft beer. Yeah, and really comical and often artistic labels. And who's to stop somebody from saying, "Hey, I got some uh, habanero peppers in my backyard.
Right.
Some Scotch bonnets. Let me pop them in a bottle of vodka."
Yeah. And a really great viewer this past week, a really great viewer contacted me, and he wanted to bring me some. He was coming to New Orleans with his family for a trip, and he wanted to meet me at the exit, off the interstate, and he bring me this beer. But then he sent me an email later in the day and said, I left my house and I forgot the beer. It was too far down the highway. He was too far down the highway. But he said, but I'm going to mail it to you when I get back home. And sure enough, he did. He did. And it's a local a local Missouri beer that's been around since 1851. But he wanted me to do a review. And so he sent it to me.
Oh, he did. Stag. It's like a big elk.
Yeah, it's only sold in the areas around St. Louis. You can find it in southern Illinois and eastern Missouri, and you cannot find it anywhere else. And up until 1907, this beer was known as Kaiser beer. But they changed the name. But it was a German, immigrants that started it. So I was really impressed with this.
Oh yeah, definitely. Nice of him.
Right now, James, any promos?
Yeah. Hold on, I had to shut my my special rice concoction off the Chinese steam pot. Hold on. I forgot I had it going. I'm going to cook a large turkey thigh and then pour the seasoning and the juices in because I have special seasoning that I use on the turkey for the cast iron pan, and just pour everything right over the rice and put the turkey thigh right in the middle. And I use that Cuban mojo citrus seasoning. There's a lot of citrus and garlic in it, and I use that. And then I use the Trader Joe's ground pepper with lime, powdered lime. Yeah, I love ramen. I got so many bags of Japanese noodles. They have udon, soba, somen, which is very thin angel hair, and egg ramen from Japan. It's like yellowish. Okay, I'm gonna go live Sunday, and I think I brought that on a show one time. Lukasawa.
Oh yeah, that's Poland. Potato vodka.
Yeah, kumquats. All right, that's how you spell kumquats. Kumquats with a K.
Oh yeah, but what I had was loquats.
Loquat. Anyway, what was I going to say? Yeah, I'm going to go live 3 p.m. Eastern Time. It's anything goes, uncensored, multi-topic show, and I haven't been on in a while, but I have a lot of material. I have a lot of good things to present. I'm not going to just be sitting around drinking hot tea and coffee. I have a lot of material to go through, so it should be interesting to be back in action. And that's about it, really. I just have to keep my antennas up for more airline bottles. And I mean, you know what you could do? You could, if you wanted to, incorporate, let's say I can't find any variety. You could incorporate the airline bottles into your late morning or early afternoon solo, and just make up a clever title name for the show and just do a solo.
I
And
guess, but I'd rather do Fandango Friday, honestly.
yeah, well, me too. But I just have to really
Find it, yeah. I don't want you to go spend a bunch of money. No,
knock
no.
on. Yeah, no, I'm not going to buy large bottles of, yeah, because I'm not really a drinker per se. I mean, I'm
Right,
not.
yeah. You like to taste them, to do the hangouts. It's kind of fun, camaraderie and stuff. But to say
Yeah,
to say, oh, I sit around my house all day and drink liquor. No,
no, I mean, there are people that go on these shows that do that as a hobby. You know,
right.
they
You can
drink.
tell. You can tell.
And there are people, no matter what subjects we banter about, they never take an interest in anything besides drinking. Like,
Right.
like everything they say is connected to beer or maybe whiskey or whatever, mostly beer. And they have one track mind. So I mean, we could be talking about, I don't know, the largest glacier on Earth in Antarctica is hanging by a thread, and if it breaks and falls into the ocean, the sea levels will rise. And this is, the scientists are saying this, 16 feet. We could be talking about something important like that, and they'll just keep bringing up beer, which I just don't get it. But yeah, that's how they are. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I hope you can find some more, but there's no pressure. If you can't, well, we just can't. You can't do it. You know?
I'll try. I'll try my best. Tomorrow afternoon, the guy's putting up my new air conditioner. Um, the other one only lasted me 4 years.
Oh,
But then,
that's terrible.
but then again, I never heard of the name. I never heard of the name. WHYNTER, winter. WHY. I never heard of it. It was on sale, and I got it. And after 4 years, it's the thermostat is screwed up, and I just decided to get a stronger air conditioner made by Black and Decker, and that was reasonably priced. That was on sale. Uh, um, Black and Decker's been around a long time, so I have confidence in a company that's
Yeah.
popular, and it's a stronger unit, and that's it. So that's the agenda. I'll see if Father Jose is back from the Philippines in the church tomorrow. I'll go to 5:30 mass and see if Father Jose is back. Yeah.
Excellent. Excellent. And
Yeah, that must be a long trip. Oh, uh, I'm sorry about Queen Elizabeth II, but she was 96 years old, and I'm even more a lot more sorry in Jean Pierre's loss of his grandmother.
he is grandmother, yeah. Queen Elizabeth. It was weird, because she had a meeting with the new prime minister Tuesday. She appointed the new prime minister. She didn't look great. I saw the photo. She looked, okay, very feeble, shaky, but she was smiling. She was smiling and shaking the lady's hand. But you could tell she was very old and shrunken. And
Well, when the elderly start to hunch over, when their posture becomes bad, and they're walking hunched,
yeah,
that's not a good sign. When they lose their posture, and they don't have the strength to walk straight, up erect. They don't have the strength to do that anymore. And and they walk like they take these little baby steps, like they don't walk with gusto anymore. You know, they don't. They
Right. Yeah. It was sad, but but I saw the photos and I thought, oh, well, I don't know. That doesn't look too good, but I wasn't in a panic or anything. I'm not even English. Why would I be in a panic? So I'm not Canadian.
But there are families. There are people that women and men, mostly women, who have lived over 100 years, much older than Queen Elizabeth II, and they came from poor families. You know, anytime they show somebody that is over 100 years old, they're either like in a third world country, or if not third world country, they're in a poor family or a lower middle class family. They're not wealthy like the royal family,
or they're from Japan.
or yeah, Japanese, long lived. And
so she, I thought, oh, well, it looks all right. Then the next day, 24 hours later, I see these reports saying Queen Elizabeth's physicians are concerned about her health. They just put that up. They're very concerned about her health. And I thought, oh, well, I know how these British people like to use this twisted terminology.
well,
so
yeah.
All her immediate family rushed to the palace in Scotland. It's very small. It's her little summer home. It only had like about 90 rooms, but in about 1,600 acres. But so they
Empty rooms.
oh no, they're very, very voluptuous rooms, full of all the great paintings from around the world. But anyway, my theory was, I thought to myself, I said, you know what probably happened? And then we're going to get off the air. I said, she probably had a meeting with this new prime minister and said, oh, congratulations, probably a 5-minute meeting. She was so frail. And she probably told her people, oh, I'm going to go take a nap. And they said, okay, ma'am. And I bet you the next day they could not wake her up. They just could not wake her up. And she probably was still breathing. They were saying, she's breathing, she's breathing. They could not wake her up, and that they probably panicked, like. But when you're 96, they say, what did you die of? My theory is always that you died of a bad case of being 96, right?
Yeah, they used to call that natural causes. What are I know about natural flavors, but what is a natural cause? I mean, death from natural causes.
It just means you're so old, your body just went.
So it's like, it means that like when I had the old fashioned, when I was a kid, I had the old fashioned alarm clock with the 2 bells on top, like the cartoons, where
Yeah.
right, and it used to go tick 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 tick. I had to wind it, so that means natural causes mean it goes tick 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 tick.
Right, but there's no rewind.
There's no rewind.
All right, well, so thank y'all for watching Fandango Friday. We hope it's not the last one. And James P. Madonna is going to close us out with a musical accompaniment.
Have a lovely weekend, people, and stop by if you're happen to be around Sunday afternoon. Why is it Sunday afternoon? Because a lot of people do things Saturday nights and Friday nights.
Right, Sunday's the rest day of rest.
The day day of getting arrested. Oh, the day of arrest. Bannon, Banya. No, no, Bannon. He did they put the handcuffs on Bannon?
Yeah, but he was laughing about it.
He looks like a disheveled, hairy Jackie Gleason kind of Bannon.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks everybody. Bye bye, folks.
Bye, everyone.